In the Australian outback, something impossible is happening. Wildfires are spreading faster than the wind can explain, and for decades, no one could figure out why. Then scientists discovered the truth. The fires were being set deliberately, not by humans, by birds. A group of raptors known as Firehawks have learned to use fire as a weapon. They pick up burning sticks from an active fire and carry them to dry grass kilometers away. They drop the sticks, they wait, and then they feed. This is the only confirmed case in the animal kingdom of a non-human species deliberately using fire as a hunting tool. In the next 90 seconds, you will learn what these birds actually do, why scientists refused to believe it for so long, and what it means for everything we thought we knew about animal intelligence. The Indigenous Australians have known this secret for over 40,000 years. Science only caught up recently, and what they found completely changed the rules. The birds doing this are the black kite and the brown falcon. They are not rare, they are everywhere across northern Australia. But for years their behavior was dismissed. Researchers assumed the birds were just drawn to fire the way a moth is drawn to a flame. They were wrong. Here is exactly what the Firehawks do. When a wildfire breaks out in the outback, these birds arrive within minutes. They circle low over the burning edges. They study the fire. Then something extraordinary happens. One bird swoops down, grabs a glowing twig or burning grass stem in its talons, and lifts into the sky. It flies deliberately against the wind. It locates an unburned patch of dry grass, and it drops the burning stick. A new fire starts, and as the flame spreads, every small creature in that grass panics and flees. Snakes, lizards, frogs, mice, all running directly toward the waiting birds. The firehawk does not hunt by chance, it engineers the hunt. What happens next is even more disturbing. These birds have been observed working in coordinated groups. If one fire begins to die down, another bird grabs a fresh coal and moves it to a new patch of dry grass to keep the kill zone active. They maintain the kill zone. They keep the pressure on their prey until there is nowhere left to run. This is not instinct, this is strategy, and that distinction is what kept researchers up at night. Stay with this video, because the next part of this story is where things get truly unsettling. Before we go further, if this story is already blowing your mind, hit subscribe right now. We cover the wildest truths hiding in plain sight every single week. Now back to the birds. Here is the question that stopped scientists cold. How is this even possible? Every other animal on Earth has an instinctive, hardwired terror of fire. It is one of the deepest survival mechanisms in nature. But the firehawk evolved in the opposite direction. These birds are fire chasers. They can detect smoke from kilometers away, and instead of fleeing, they fly directly toward it. But researchers found something even more staggering than that. The birds understand wind. They consistently drop burning materials downwind of unburned areas. They are not dropping sticks at random. They are calculating the direction the fire will travel. That is an understanding of physics in a bird. What happens next will completely change how you see the animal kingdom. By manipulating fire, they have bypassed the normal rules of the food chain. They don't just hunt, they manage the landscape to suit their needs. No other animal does this. Not wolves, not dolphins, not chimpanzees. Only the firehawk. And only one question remains. What does this actually mean? It means evolution gave a bird the ability to weaponize one of the most destructive forces on the planet. It means the Australian bushfires that confuse firefighters every single season may not be spreading by wind alone. They may be spreading because birds are actively relocating the fire. Firefighters are fighting the wind, but they have also been unknowingly battling the birds. For 40,000 years, the indigenous communities of Northern Australia embedded this knowledge into their oral traditions and ceremonies. They called them firehawks. They described exactly this behavior, and for generations, Western science looked at those stories and said it was impossible. It was not impossible. It was just waiting to be proven. The formal study confirming firehawk behavior was published in 2018 in the Journal of Ethnobiology. It was co-authored with Aboriginal elder knowledge holders. Science and ancient wisdom finally aligned, and now the bigger question sits open. If this bird can use fire, what other animal behaviors are we still calling impossible today? What else is hiding in plain sight in the wild, in the deep ocean, in the forests we think we know? The firehawk is not just a remarkable bird, it is a reminder that nature is always operating several steps ahead of our understanding. And somewhere out there right now, in a dry patch of Australian scrubland, a black kite is circling a fire. It is watching, it is calculating, and it is about to make its move.